Hey guys, what's going on? It's Neo here. So I got a quick video for you guys today. This is actually going to be sort of a mini review or just first impressions of the new Hori PlayStation Vita Remote Play Grip. I ordered this off of Play Asia. It just came today. I had expedited shipping. Ironically, it was actually around the same price as what I had paid for with standard shipping for my old PlayStation Vita Remote Play Grip. I don't really remember the publisher of this one. Yeah, but I know that this one's Hori just because it says down at the very bottom of the box, and it also actually says it on the back of the peripheral itself. So basically, why did I order this? Just because I'm kind of a sucker for anything PlayStation Vita, anything new that comes out. Usually I get pretty excited about it because I do love my Vita. And also the fact that I just wanted to order it and check it out and see how I felt about it, because while I do like the original PlayStation Vita Remote Play Grip, I mean, like, I did have my problems with it. One being that I wish that instead of like DualShock 3 like triggers on the back for the L2 and R2 buttons, I wish they would have gone for something more along the lines of like regular grips that you can find for the Vita, like actual grips, like actual triggers. And that's actually kind of what you get on the back of this peripheral itself, is you get these more pointed actual triggers, and I wish these would have been the ones that were actually above, and then we get something like the top ones maybe below on the bottom right there where L3 and R3 actually are. And also the reason why I bought this, because I actually just renewed my PlayStation Now subscription. I was one of the people that was kind of like probably not so for the actual PlayStation Now service itself, but it does have its purpose and its benefits. I don't have my PS3 with me, and it's nice to just play some of my PS3 games when I'm away, like Assassin's Creed, that I still haven't finished, the XEO collection, so I'm able to do that on my Vita, on my PS4, on my PS TV, basically whatever I want, and now Windows PC as well. So basically, what is the difference between this and this one, these two grips? The biggest difference, obviously, is the fact that this one now has an L3 and an R3 button on the back. This one does not. This one only had the L2 and the R2 buttons for that. If you wanted to actually use these for PS1 Classics, PS Now, Remote Play. Unfortunately, even though this one is specifically titled as a Remote Play kind of assistant, and you can actually see by the picture too, the person's using Remote Play, most games don't have a setup in which R2 and L2 are mapped to the back touchpad, and R3 and L3 are actually mapped to the back touchpad as well. But the PS Now service actually defaults all the games to that default scheme, which is exactly what PS Remote Play should do, but they still won't do it for whatever reason. And then it also gives you options as to being able to switch around those controls if those are not ideal for your gaming setup. But this one, it just doesn't have the L3 and R3 buttons on the back like this one does, and it can be hard at times to actually press the back touchpad on the PS Vita Slims because the touchpad has been reduced. I never had problems with accidentally touching anything during gameplay for any of my games, Tearaway, Little Big Planet, none of that crap. I didn't accidentally touch the touchpad. That was not a valid excuse or complaint for me. I don't get why other people did. I mean, my hands are not that small. I mean, they're slim, but they're not that small. So it's just the way that people hold their Vitas and what's comfortable to them. And for me, it feels like, first impression wise, that this Remote Play Grip is just, the build is just more, I don't know, premium. I'm not going to say premium as in like, whatever plastic they use to make it. It just feels way more comfortable and more sturdy. It kind of reminds me of one of the regular kind of PlayStation Vita grips that you can find in the store, and to which that it's a little bit more pointed. These ones kind of just like, are, like little nubs, and your fingers kind of like tend to sit in the back like that. There's a lot of empty space here. That's not the case with this grip. There's a lot more actual stuff to hold onto, and it kind of it's got a lot of backing to it also, so that way your Vita is kind of, I don't know, it's more meatier, I guess I would say, than the previous grip. There's like, this one obviously wanted to have the empty space so that you could touch your touchpad on the back, but like I said, it's a little bit more uncomfortable, and I do actually prefer this model itself. immediately I noticed that the triggers also, while they still feel the same as to this one a little bit, these ones are a little bit easier and faster to click. I think these ones are actually easier themselves to click. I know that doesn't make any sense. I think these ones are easier to click because they're raised up a little bit more, it looks like, as you can see, but they're not as fast as these ones, and these ones are pointed down and they're a little bit more loose. But also the other biggest change is the fact that a lot of people had problems with the remote play grip, the first one, in terms of actually getting the Vita in and out of the actual grip itself, because a lot of people were breaking these little nubs right here. And for me personally, I always start with the bottom, and I get the bottom out first, as you always should, and then I have to kind of slide it out from the bottom like that and kind of just pull it towards myself to get it out of the grip. And it's just problematic. The PS Vita like 1000, that model kind of has a faceplate that just falls down on top of it, and so you can easily just pop the Vita out of it. The Slim is not like that, but in this case it is a lot more like that, seeing as that all you have to do in order to get it in is basically slide your Vita in just like that, take the little flip up here. It looks kind of like a I don't know, like a Connect like kind of grip that I have that kind of just attaches and it clips onto the TV basically, so that it doesn't fall off. It's also just like my PS camera up there kind of sits, and it has a backing like this so that the back of it attaches to the back of the TV and it doesn't fall off. It's kind of like a stand. But all you have to do is that you slide the Vita into the grip, and you don't even have to hear a snapping noise or anything like that. You just cover the Vita's top, and there you go. It's already inside, and it's not going to jiggle around. As you can see, it doesn't make any noise. It doesn't slide around. That's all you have to do. And now you have a PS Vita that is inside your new grip. You got the triggers, you got your regular buttons, you also have the triggers on the back now, and you can see that the camera is not being blocked or anything like that. And then when you want to get it out, all you got to do is lift this part and it slides on out. No problem. No scratches or anything like that. So this is actually great because I wanted to use my aqua blue Vita a lot more than I used my black one. I actually just had to dust my black one off before I made the video because it was so dusty because I hadn't used it for a while. But I literally only got the black one because of the fact that when I heard about the grip, I didn't want to scratch my blue one at all. I know that sounds weird, but I'm very overprotective of my stuff. And I'm making some decent money now, so I can't afford to sometimes treat myself to little things like that. It's not like I just went out and straight up just bought this Vita just cold turkey and like didn't do anything. I actually traded in my old one towards the black one, so it's not like I didn't just fork over the money to have like 3 Vitas and stuff. But so I no longer have my PS Vita 1000, and I'm a lot more used to my Slim now. When I first touched the Slim, I did not like it at all. I liked the more premium build of the actual OLED fat Vita. And it was, it's well justified that some of the people still like that one because it felt very good, but I've come to actually just get used to this Vita itself a lot more, and I do like the way it feels a lot more in my hands now. But yeah, so I was playing a little bit of Resident Evil 5 with this grip. There wasn't really any use for these buttons on the back since R3 and L3 don't really have any use in Resident Evil 5. It's just kind of like, R2 is like bringing up the map and all that stuff. But I will try another Uncharted 4 match with this, and also Mirror's Edge on Remote Play and Mirror's Edge Catalyst both use these triggers if you want to Mirror's Edge Catalyst kind of just uses it for if you want to use your your runner vision just to turn it on and off. But other games like Uncharted 3 on PlayStation now, they'll use those to swap shoulders and mark people and things like that. So it'll be a lot easier to mark people now using the PlayStation Vita Remote Play grip from Hori. So yep, this is pretty much it, guys. This is the back of the box. This is what you're gonna get. This is highlighting the little easier to use grip right there, so it can attach to the Vita. And then it's highlighting what the buttons are. It showed a person holding the Vita as in they were holding it in their hands, like they were looking at it like they were holding the trigger, they were holding the L2 with their middle finger, and then they were on the back of the thing holding L3 with their ring finger. And I'm just like, nobody's gonna sit like that and hold it where all 4 of their fingers are doing something except for their pinky finger. It just wouldn't make any sense for somebody to do that. It just feels very uncomfortable. For me, I always seem to rest my my knuckles, my knuckles and my middle finger on the back of the Vita when I'm holding it, and so now I use my middle finger to actually touch the triggers right here itself. And then when I want to, I'll put my middle finger up on the actual L2 button or something like that. But like I said, I wish that these triggers right here would have been up here, so that way it's a little bit more tactile and lethal when you're playing shooter games. And yeah, so that's everything that I wanted to show you guys. Thanks for watching. And then, like I still said, I still have some information to give out in terms of the Mirror's Edge playthrough and why it's been MIA. So I will give you guys an update on that as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.